Hello. Or should I say hello and welcome back. I have finally made it to 50 subscribers. Crossed the line today. I am so proud of everybody who's left comments and hit that button. A lovely community so far. No hate comments, which is great. I would, of course, don't start leaving any. So today, well, really for the last 2 days, I've put a roof on my base. I said I would, and I did. Mostly while watching lectures. So much fun. Now, I haven't been able to figure out the replay mod quite yet. So you're gonna have to watch me do it really quickly from my point of view. But outside of that, I just want to address what I've been doing other than just putting a roof on before I get you started. I have been fixing up my wall here. I wanted to incorporate some kind of pattern. I originally was going to do cobblestone, but I had all this lovely regular stone to work with, and I like the contrast it makes, specifically because I feel like the regular stone has a nicer transition from the sand, and I like the darkness of the walls because I want to do my roof to have a similar contrast. So the walls of my build are gonna be more end stone and birch to kind of blend with the sand. But it's part of how I want to set it apart from what's going on. Before I walk you in through more of it, I just wanted to show off what the final results look like, and here is a clip of me filling everything in at a million times speed because I'm not going to make you sit through the hours it took. Okay, welcome back from that. I wanted to let you get more of a peek of what's going on down here. I put lights in because it was getting really dark and I couldn't see. Still having a few problems with those pesky Endermen, but outside of that, it's pretty good. I have started putting birch trees out here to farm the birch itself. I don't know if this was just true back in the day or now, but a part of me just knows that birch is harder to grow than oak. It just isn't as flexible. So I have it out here. Let me go a little bit higher so we can get a bigger view. What I have outlined here is the main build. I want to do kind of walls, a big porch before I get set in here. Obviously, the middle kind of has to be cut out because of my mob spawner and the bamboo and that kind of thing. So it's going to be the tallest part of the build, I think. But out here, I want to do a big porch with a fountain. This seems like a good size. I might go for a little bit bigger, maybe some benches. And then long term, where this goes, I've currently got some greenery, but I want to do an actual gardens. Now, what I've been struggling with is trying to figure out how to build around this corner. It's not a good corner. I think I might just end up getting rid of that one, keeping the rest, although I'm not completely set on it. And I'm gonna grab some extra rockets before we go to the end. Oh, so I want to show you kind of how I've got set up my basic operations for getting that end stone. The majority of my build's gonna end up being end stone, and I have like none of it. Let me just gear up really quick. Alright. While I fly over, let me tell you a little bit about my day. I just finished one of my classes for the semester. I set it so I could do it twice as fast and do twice the amount of work. That way it doesn't clog up as my other classes get more difficult. Normally I'm kind of A or B student, mostly A's. And so this class, no exception, got them A's. But I am worried about one of my classes. You see, I had to give like this speech, but the problem with me and public speaking is I black out anytime you put me in front of public speaking. In fact, half the time I've got no idea what I say in these videos. It just... I don't know. I stopped thinking about it because I don't want to think about it anymore. So I'm really worried about what my grade was for that. Because I know for certain I missed at least a couple points. Professor said it was good, but the professor's one of those, like, kind of the motivational speaker type. She, almost toxically positive. The rest of the class seems to eat it up with a big spoon, but I kind of got over a lot of that a long time ago. You know, you can only sit through so many seminars of be friendly and uplift others, and they try to inspire you a million times over before you kind of get sick of it. Okay, funny story about my end here. My Enderman farm's over there. Just for XP. So if you see my tools getting regened, 100% just over there. I'm not waiting that long. But a funny story about this end portal. I once had all my netherite like this. I'm really nervous going out here. I took my rockets and I flew over it and I hit the lip of the portal and all my stuff fell through and then I could never find it again. I tried finding like a video on how to get it and they were like, oh, go back to spawn. I built a whole compass, went all the way back there. It was missing. Gone forever. I've done that a couple times actually. I routinely end up doing that. So I'm really nervous about having my netherite tools on me because it is so hard to get those little upgrade pieces. I mean, just finding the bastion alone is terrible enough. Now, I am not a skilled fighter. I mean, heck, half the time my sword does not swing when I click. I should probably get a new mouse, but I just don't feel like it. Alright. So I kind of thought these had end brick in them for me to mine out. There we go. Trying not to bite the curves here is really difficult actually when you're trying not to stare at Enderman. So how hard is this to mine? Okay. Not bad. So I'm gonna end up mining out a lot of these because my build is humongous. But, you know, just trying to get that end stone. Now, I don't want to mine all of this right in front of you because that would be a very boring video. So, it's something I'm going to work on in my time. Probably while I watch plus documentary I have to for school, and of course more lectures. I don't know, I feel like there should be an easier way to get end stone, but and stone bricks specifically. Like if I just mine end stone, can I craft it? Let me just Google that really quick. Oh my gosh, you can. Well, then this will be really easy. Okay. I don't need to even find all this stuff. I can just... start leveling. Okay, that's not bad at all. So actually for this build, it'll be my first time trying to work with a gradient of any kind. Normally I just use a lot of more like texture, so it's kind of exciting. Oh. That's why my walls look the way they do. Here, I'll show you in a second. Or I'll sleep really quick. Okay. So, the meta was, when I was out here last, you know, doing a lot of builds and things. Oh, what? Skeletons. Was to do heavily textured things. That's why I've got the stairs coming up and the stairs up here and, you know, the wall. By adding a lot of dimension, it was to make the build more interesting, which I think can go hand in hand, but I want to keep to that kind of gradient thing because I think it'll make for a really nice build. I also need to harvest. So because I'm doing the theme of like desert temple / mansion, I want to incorporate some of the red terracotta and like the blue and the deep, the blue that's down there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The proper blue. And the deep slate into like my roof and have a super interesting kind of roof to go with everything. Let me eat really quick. I am missing all my shots of these rockets today. That's okay. So I want to incorporate some of the reds because it's right there. But have my walls be majorly like blend with the area and then one big overlapping roof that kind of represents more togetherness to kind of focus the attention off of how wide the build is and more into some intricacies. Okay. This guy, what? He's totally scamming me. Well, don't scam people. It's mean and rude. And not very creative. So mostly what my gradient is going to end up being is birch planks, stripped birch, and this end stone brick. Because sandstone is a hard medium to kind of work with. It doesn't have a lot of interesting texture on itself, unless you do like chiseled or whatever, but even then, it's not very varied. And I really like the look of the brick. Yeah, it's quite nice. Very sandy, at least out here in the overworld. And there's no sandstone brick, which is crazy. I feel like there definitely should be, because the end stone is a tad more blue than I would like. It doesn't have as much as the warmth of the sandstone. But yeah, needs must. So that's basically all I've been doing. Outside of classes, and I have to go to work, and you know, the toils of everyday life. I've also been trying to clear some of my inventory very slowly. I keep getting all these eggs. I don't want more eggs. I have so many eggs. How do you stop a chicken? Because I'm convinced in Minecraft the rest of the animals can't self-populate. Chickens? Oh my gosh. Everywhere. All of the time. If Minecraft was left alone for 37 hours, it would be nothing but random misplaced Enderman blocks and chickens for the whole server. One of these days I'm going to have to come through and actually clean everything up again. Also, weirdly, I thought grass would kind of just persist on its own in the desert. I don't know why I thought that. I thought, you know, because it's kind of, I want to say, less blue out here. But this dirt path was to get the grass into my sheep farm, and it has become completely bald. I mean, for like a good chunk. Why? Makes no sense. I'm trying to reintroduce the population. That's tough. Because I don't want to lose that grass connection. You know what I mean? I've got to get grass up here to get my botanical gardens over there, conservatory, and my fountain to look green enough. Which I'm mostly trying to achieve through, I think it's going to end up, I don't know which kind of trees, but definitely depends on some flowers and stuff. No, there's so many new blocks, gotta catalog. Anyway, not to keep you too long, wanted to just put a quick short video out because I figure shorter videos more frequently kind of what I'm going for right now until I can get more content together. So thank you very much to all those who do comment. Take the off of this. It truly, you've got no idea. Every time I get notified, anytime anybody leaves anything on a video, and it is the highlight of my week. Every time. I mean, instant dopamine hit. I'm just giddy. So, if you're doing that, I really appreciate it, and I try to respond as quickly as possible. Now, you know, I'm not constantly on my computer or my phone, so it might take an hour or two, but I mean, I'm not kidding. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm so glad if you make somebody with a comment. Can you believe that? Oh my god. Anyway, and thank you to those who are subscribers over the page. I do notice when you comment on one video and comment on three, I'll let you know. First person to do that, I swear, go get a whole shout out. I've got one who commented on two.